Hello, welcome to the presentation of Group 6. My name is Bernard Grant, and I will be presenting with other colleagues Tanya Gupta, Saeed Hussein, and Toyosi Ifelola. Our discussion is on the paper Leveraging Internal Resources and External Business Networks for New Product Success, a Dynamic Capabilities Perspective by Zhang Junfeng and Wu Wei Peng. Here is the overview of our presentation. It constitutes an introduction which I will be taking you through, hypothesis, methodology, analysis, a real-world example of Google's infamous Google Glass, its application, and our conclusion. This paper is to investigate and understand how firms can basically enhance their success in developing new products through the best use of its internal and external resources. A firm's internal resource consists of its human resource, technology, capital, and all that belongs to the firm in helping bring about a new product. Its external resources has to do with the various business networks in which the firm finds itself, customers, businesses that influence the firm one way or the other. When a new product fails, the firm tends to lose a lot of money as a lot of investment goes into its development. It loses business connections. This could be partners and potential partners, and also its value on the market drops. The main drivers for the success of new product development are customer input, company resources, and technology synergy. A key word in this study is the dynamic capabilities, which is the company's ability to adapt and make the most out of its internal and external resources in a rapidly changing environment. Dynamic capability, therefore, plays a very crucial role in the development of new products. This study focuses, however, on one particular one called the sensing and seizing capability. Sensing and seizing capability involves a firm's ability to identify and grab opportunities for developing new products. That is basically how effectively a company can combine its resources to achieve the success of a new product launch.
3 hypotheses have been developed. First hypothesis describes internal resources and SSC. It is hypothesized that the effect of a firm's internal technological capital and its human capital is positively associated with SSC. Specifically, a firm's internal resources in the form of technological capital and its human capital have a synergetic effect on SSC. Second hypothesis proposes that network power acts as a moderator between internal resources and SSC. The hypothesis is that a firm power in its business network reduces the synergetic effect of its internal resources in the form of firm's internal technological and human capital on SSC. The third hypothesis discusses the mediating role of SSC. It is hypothesized that the SSC mediates the relationship between resources interplay and new product development as well as product innovation performance. In the proposed conceptual model, research and development intensity, number of employees, age of the company, machinery and equipment, market growth, and technology uncertainty were either considered constant or controlled so that they don't have any impact on other variables which are under study. Now coming to the diagram of this conceptual model, it has 3 parts. In the first part, there is internal resources and SSC. A firm's technological and human resources make an important part of its knowledge base, and are vital to building the firm's dynamic capabilities. Technological capital is technology related assets, for example, engineering technology, which can be utilized by the firm to develop new successful products. New product development human capital consists of skills, expertise, and knowledge which is possessed by the employees of the firm. In new product development, human capital can leverage the firm's technological capital. Both these resources provide the basis for a firm to innovate. If these resources are lacking, then the firm cannot develop innovative products. Firms make use of human capital by utilizing the technological capital to develop new products, and firms hope that these new products will be successful in the customer's perspective. We can say that the firm's technological capital is good only if the firm's human capital can leverage the technological capital and utilize to sense and seize new opportunities. The firm's human capital can build upon the existing knowledge that the firm have and develop it even further over time. And hence we say that firm's internal technologies and human capital have synergetic effect on SSC. And these two resources, namely internal technological capital and human capital, lay the foundation for the firm to constantly search for new technologies and capture value from the opportunities that are being presented in the market. Moving to the second part of this model, we can see that network power moderates the effect of technological and human capital on SSC. If we say that network power has moderating effects, then we can explain it in two ways. Firstly, firm's network power negatively moderates the interaction between internal technological and new product development human capital on SSC. Through less power, a firm cannot access external resources, and in this case the firm has to rely on its internal technological and human capital to develop new opportunities in the market. On the other hand, if a firm has power, it has strong network power, then it can make use of external scarce resources easily. Such firms can compensate for less efficient internal resources to develop new products. Moving on to the last part of this model, SSC as dynamic capability acts as a mediator between resource interplay and new product success. If a firm can search and explore new opportunities, then the firm can create value for itself by producing financially successful products. In this case, the firm is more proactive in market understanding and can identify new information for new products on time. Also, the firm can mobilize resources to seize those opportunities that arise in the market. This way, firm can develop a knowledge base for new product development. But with fast changing environment in the market, the information can become irrelevant very quickly. In case if another firm moves, and the firm will be beaten in the competition. So it is vital for the firm to respond to all the changes that are happening in the market on time. So sensing and seizing capabilities acts as a basic underlying mechanism for a firm to make use of resources to develop new successful products.
Methodology. So samples were obtained from 130 Chinese firms. from 3 different cities, and a quantitative research design was adopted to investigate the relationship between internal resources and a company's external business network and also the new product success. The sampling focused on high tech firms. 2 data sets were obtained in the analysis, and interview was conducted with 6 managers from 5 high-tech firms and 13 MBA students with senior management experience were also interviewed. And the measures we have the independent variable and the dependent variable. So the independent variable are the technological capital, the MPD, human capital, and the network power. While the independent variable, so for the independent variable, for the technological capital and the MPD, human capital, we have for the technological capital, that's tech, the firm's tech related resources, such as the manufacturing and the engineering part of the firm. While for the independent variable, we have the MPD speed and the product innovation performance. A response of 25% rate was achieved for the interview. And for the measures, the researchers were able to analyze the direct impact of internal resources and external business network on new product success. That was the methodology that was the methodology approach that was used for the interview. Also, the researchers were able to investigate how dynamic capabilities which the firms would help the firm in their ability to integrate and build and reconfigure internal and external competition. Statistical techniques such as regression analysis was used to examine the relationship between the variables. And the study showed the relationship between SSCA, that's the sensing season capabilities, the MPD speed, the new product development speed, and the product innovation performance. And it showed that speeding up the new product development process can help companies to capitalize on market opportunities and gain competitive edge. Also, MPD speed will enable companies to adapt in a dynamic, rapidly changing market, which will enhance the relevance and competitiveness of their innovative products. The researchers were also able to investigate the mediating roles of dynamic capabilities. It explored how dynamic capabilities act as an intermediary between internal resources and the external network and new product success. This step this step help the companies to understand that the internal and external factors influences new product success, and it provided insights to the underlying process of innovative efficiency. By conducting the research, the study offer a comprehensive understanding of how a firm can directly leverage their internal resources and external network to enhance new product success. And it was also able to understand how they can use the dynamic structure capability to effectively utilize and integrate their innovation performance. So following a test of association between the mediator and the dependent variable, and the examination of association between the independent and the mediator too, it were able to reveal that SSC has significant and a positive relationship between both the NPD speed and the product innovation performance. From the graph, we can see that there is a positive correlation between both.
Hi, so now that we have understood that the hypothesis that the NPD and the entire environment plays a very interactive role between each other, we're going to talk about Google. So, in a lot of years back, that was exactly like 2015, Google came with a product called Google Glass. Google Glass is a product which is a wearable product. It is a very high-end wearable product where you can, a lot of engineers, doctors can use if they are in New York City, if they are going to any other city where they don't need to use their phones, and they can just say, okay, class, show me the directions, and the class shows people the direction. Talking about that, Google had everything planned, the entire team planned for the production of this Google Glass, where they had marketing team, product team, and a lot of members to innovate this Google Glass. It was done in a glass lab. Now, understanding it will be a great feature which has Wi-Fi features in it, and all the concerns and everything was already taken care of. When the Google Glass was launched, the marketing was done fabulously. There was a video that was out. They had done in the entire lab, and they had done the entire recording of the video where how people can use it, what kind of market they were targeting. Now, how was the reaction in the market to Google Glass? Actually, the marketing team had not done their analysis perfectly well over here. What they had done was the privacy issues. A lot of irritation within the public came along where it actually lowered down the acceptance rate of Google. A lot of people had trouble. A lot of people were assaulted while using the Google Glass. So now that we see, even though Google financial aid marketing product is the last area where Google needs to be concerned about, but why the product was not successful, the question still stands here. And in 2015, the sales had to be halted because the product was not successful. Now, talking about the application over here, sensing and seizing play a very important and major role over here. Sensing actually means that how we perceive the entire external and the internal environment, where Google was completely 100% very sure about their internal environment, which was the sensing. But how did they actually be successful in seizing the opportunities and grabbing those opportunities? It kind of failed, right? So over here, the hypothesis 3, where it says that implementation means that evaluate the benefits of waiting for an opportune moment at launch of a product. The market was not ready for such technology. Over here, the Google Glass was actually targeting a market which was tech-based. A lot of softwares were included. They wanted the software engineers to invest in Google Glass and develop it even more. But the market was not right for the people who were working in New York or they were doctors. It was creating a problem. It was an assaulted product that came out in the market. So what actually the company can do was to halt the product, right? Now, we would suggest that instead of having the product in the market, they could have actually investigated what the market and the type of target of market they are actually doing. So in that way, the product launch would have been better. A better innovation with the product would have been a very successful idea for it. They launched the product when the market was not ready to accept it, and hence there was a reason why the acceptance rate was very low. When we talk about the hypothesis clearly states that it is an intermediate relationship which external and internal NPD environment, the human capital has. Whereas the Google failed to understand the one part of the NPD human capital and the other part of internal and external environment. In that way, if I start from the beginning of the case until the application of a hypothesis in the Google structure, I feel that the synergy between the internal and external resources becomes a pivotal role. to understand the successful new product development. But yet, we see the consequences of failure that can be severe. That includes financial risks to damage in business connections and market value. The success drivers, such as customer input, company resources, and technology synergy, lay the foundation, while dynamic capabilities emerge as the bedrock, allowing firms to adapt, innovate, and stay competitive in the dynamic environments. The investigation into this mediating role of sensing and seizing capabilities unravel a significant positive relationship between the SSC and both NPD speed and product innovation. This is not only the underscores the importance of SEC but also presents a opportunity for a strategic incorporation for the narrative of product development. Now, drawing parallels with the case of Google Glass, we have found a discrepancy between the technological capital and the acceptance rate, leading to dissatisfaction, privacy concerns, and public backlash. The hypothesis 3 provides a lens through which we can view this scenario. It urges us to consider delaying product launches to ensure alignment with future market trends and innovation. Furthermore, I think that it emphasizes the strengthening of NPD human capital, enhancing technological capital, and leveraging network power. Applying these insights to Google Glass, a more careful consideration of market dynamics, aligning the product with evolving needs, and investigating in the skills of the development team could have mitigated the issues. Also understanding that a lot of products have launched in the market, for example, in human tech and advancement of variable resources in market. I think the world is ready for that acceptance of technology, whereas back in 2015, people were not ready for it. Google Glass could have fostered a more favorable acceptance rate and avoided the pitfalls that led to this eventual sales halt in January 2015. In essence, the hypotheses offer a strategic roadmap urging businesses to navigate the complexities of product development with a nuanced understanding of resource interplay and the crucial role of dynamic capabilities. Thank you.